thanks for joining us on this special program, Inclusivity for Women and Girls. My name is Juliet Mutale. Now, this is a special program that will be highlighting the many success stories from various women as we head towards the commemoration of International Women's Day, which falls on the 8th of March every year. And the theme for this year is Rights, Justice, Action for All Women and Girls. And to give us more information on this particular topic, we have Madam Tinta Piri, who is the Zambia Union of Government and Allied Workers Women Coordinating Council National Secretary. Madam Piri, thanks for joining us on the program.
Thank you very much.
And Happy New Year. We're still in the first
Yes.
days of the...
Happy New Year to you too.
Great. So let's start with the theme for this year, Madam Piri. The theme, what does it mean in the context of women in the public service?
Well, this year's theme is a very good theme that calls for change among women. It means women must fully enjoy their rights. And justice has to be done to a lot of issues. That is against discrimination, harassment in the workplaces. They should be able to enjoy their full rights as women. Yes.
Now, government has made various strides in promoting women to leadership position. How do you view this kind of progress?
Government has really demonstrated a commitment to women empowerment. As at now, we have the Vice President, who is a woman, Madam Talena Lumango, the Speaker of the National Assembly, Madam Nelly Muti. That shows that government is committed to put women in high positions because their voices have to be heard as well. They should be equal in fairness and high positions. For women hold half of the population, so it will be unfair if they are sidelined. Their voices have to be heard as well.
Great. Now, do we see this? We've seen this for high positions, very high positions. We've seen women really being, they're occupying, you know, high places. Do we see this also trickling down, especially in the public service?
Well, in the public service, I can say it's still not that much. Women are mostly sidelined in high positions. It's men that are given those positions. And women are not allowed to do career progression in the public service. Women are considered the most. But for this year, the theme, as it indicates, rights, justice, action for all women and girls. We want to see more women in high positions in the public service. Yes, it should be equal and fair in appointing women as well to high positions in the public service and other institutions.
Great. So I know you touched this a little bit, but maybe just in detail. Why is it important for women, for us women, to occupy those high places?
Gender equality. At work, what a man can do, a woman can do as well. Yes, so women have the right as well to be appointed to those high positions. They can make decisions. They are capable to lead as well.
Are there any advantages and disadvantages, or rather disadvantages, you know, for taking women, if we're to take women to high places?
Well, advantages are there. They are workers as well, just like men. So they deserve that opportunity as well to lead. They have the capacity, they have the capability. They can take our country to higher levels. I can give an example of APSA CEO, Madam Mizingamelo. She's on top. And the banking sector is thriving. It's not a man who's there, it's a woman. So there should be fairness and equality in the distribution of leadership. Equally, women, they hold high positions as well. They've got the qualifications to do that job. So work is not only for men. It's not only for men. Women should also be there. Inclusiveness is very, very important in leadership.
Great. So you talked about equality, which I feel probably to some extent it becomes, we've heard men in some homes, some even in offices say this gender equality. You've heard, I think probably it could be one of the challenges that probably women first in offices, in whatever places, in the high places. Let's just talk about that part.
Well, gender equality, equal distribution of positions. Basically, the place of a woman is known to be a kitchen, which is not the case nowadays. Women have taken education to be a serious issue because they want to be there. They want to succeed. They want to be part of running our country. They want to be part of the economy, of growing the economy of our country. So gender equality has to be exercised in the distribution of positions in offices and institutions.
Great. We still have women, who say, okay, fine. We have those who feel I can be the vice president, I can be a minister, I can be peers, I can occupy the high places. But we still have the majority of women who still feel I cannot be, I can't. That is a man's job. Engineering is for the men. I think being a doctor is for the men, What advice do you have for such women?
Well, such women, they are there, yes. That's where now mentorship programs have to come in. Women have to know their ability. They have to know what they can do. Mentorship activities, mentorship programs have to be carried out for women to know their worth when it comes to positions and when it comes to these roles in the offices. Yes.
So when you talk of, so there could be a woman that is listening to you. There is actually a woman that is listening to you. And right now they're getting encouraged. They feel they can also occupy the high places. How can they get to those mentorship programs that you're talking about?
These mentorship programs, they can be organized by the women leaders. Those people, the NGOs, organizations that do mentorship programs have to think of every woman, bring them on board, mentor them, capacity building. As a result, women will know their worth. They will know that they can do a lot. As women, we have to be there for one another. We have to support one another. Because when we do that together, we can build a strong nation. For women hold a big population of our nation. We have to come together, support one another, be there for one another, lift each other up. And we have to know our worth as women.
So there are two words here. There's the mentorship and also counseling. In that mentorship, is there any need for counseling, or probably maybe it's just the mentorship? Because there are really women who feel this is not for me. Being a manager is not for me. Does it need mentorship, or at this point it needs some counseling?
It needs some counseling. There should be some counseling that has to be done to make those women realize that they can do.
Great.
They can do the managership program. They can do the managership positions. They can occupy any position. There should be some serious counseling to bring them out, for them to know their worth, to know their ability in running affairs of the nation. Yes.
Madam Piri, you are the Women Coordinating Council National Secretary for the Zambia Union of Government and Allied Workers. Really, what is the union doing to encourage many women to get to those top positions, top leadership positions?
Well, as the union, the role of WCC, which is the Women's Coordinating Council, it is a desk for women at our union. And that desk is there to guide the union on the activities of the women. For our union, they value the voice of the woman in the running of the union. So this desk is specifically for a woman. Only a woman can hold this position at our union. And our mandate is to ensure that there's fairness in positions, there's equal treatment in our union. As of now, we have structures in every district of our country, Zambia.
Wow.
And these positions in every structure are only held by women. So this shows that our institution values the leadership of women to thrive to a greater height. With the voice of the woman and the input that the woman brings in, it can make our union strong. Because we are the most population. We are the bigger population of our union as women. So a woman is always important in every decision.
Great. I've heard that you have the union dotted across the country, and these positions can only be held by women. Is there any particular reason? Because I feel maybe we need to bring the men on board. That is how they are going to understand the gender equality we talked about earlier. Is there any particular reason why we just have women in the union?
Well, the women's desk, every position attached to the women's desk is held by a woman. But we don't leave the men behind. We
Right.
carry them along because we need their ideas. We need their strength in going forward as women in our union. They really help. They really help in running the women affairs.
Yeah. So I asked that question because I think bringing the men on board is something that would even help alleviate the gender-based violence. There would be, if you have men on board, I think they would understand what you talk about and how, you see, they'll probably encourage other men, you know. So because I think that the gender violence-based violence that we have now is the gender equality that you've brought on board. It means a woman is as good as a man. They're all equal. And there's nobody who's above and nobody who's lower.
Yes, in that aspect, we have a memorandum of understanding with the National Legal Aid Clinic. The National Legal Aid Clinic comes in to educate our women on gender-based violence issues. But in those sessions, we invite men as well. They have to know what gender-based violence is all about. Because gender-based violence, it takes two people to happen, which is a man and a woman, mostly. So equally, men have to learn. They have to know the demerits of GBV as well. We have to move together so that we can be able to curb this vice of gender-based violence. So we bring in men. We don't leave them behind. When we have sessions with the National Legal Aid Clinic, we invite everyone. And mostly men are the majority in those meetings. Because we can say women are the victims. It's not always the case. Nowadays, even men are the victims. They are being harassed. They are being victimized. They are being brutalized. So equally, men have to know to say the gender equality part. Men as well have to come out in the open to talk about these vices. Because men, the same men, they've got sisters, they've got daughters, they've got grandmothers. All those people are affected by gender-based violence. So we bring men along in those sessions because we want everyone to have the information so that together, men and women, we can curb this vice of gender-based violence together.
The union, how are you, what really message do you have for policy makers when it comes to women in top leadership, women in leadership?
Well, policymakers should come away from the shell of only policy making. It's time for implementation of those policies. They have to be outlined clearly and disseminated to everyone. People have to know their rights. People have to know their places. So policymakers have to come out from the shell of only policy making. They have to start implementing them for them to be effective, not just to be on paper, but they have to be a reality. Yes.
So now talking about those policymakers that you have to, and the implementation that we're talking about, how are you collaborating with them as a union?
As a union, we involve them. Like I said, the National Legal Aid Clinic. They are policymakers. So we've brought them on board to be able to share that information with us so that our women can know their rights in the workplaces, in the community, and in their homes. Equally, girls in schools, they have to know their rights. When they know these rights, they will know how to react when gender-based violence affects them, when there's victimization. They will know how to go about it. So we need these policymakers. And every union, I urge every union, every institution to engage these policymakers so that women can be able to know their rights in the workplaces. There is harassment in these workplaces. There is victimization. Equally, men, they have to know their rights as well. There should be boundaries on what is supposed to be done, on how women are supposed to be treated and how men are supposed to be treated. There should be that boundary. There should be fairness. There should be equality.
At this point, what encouragement do you have for women in the civil service, in the public service? What message do you have for me?
The women have to know, they have to know their rights. They have to speak out when something is not wrong. Because if they don't speak out, productivity will be affected. They will not perform well. Performance will go down. So I'm urging the women in the public service to speak out, to know their rights, to know what is good for them, and to know how to handle every situation. They should know to report. They should know how to report when there's victimization, when there's sexual harassment, when there's no fairness, when there's no equality. They have to come out. And as women in these vices, we have to support one another. Together, we can conquer victimization, harassment. Together, we are strong as women.
One very, very special, there's something, one important point rather that you've just talked about, women coming together, women supporting each other. I feel when women come together, things just happen.
Yes.
Things just happen. Yes. Probably maybe just give us detail on how should the women come together? How can women support each other really to achieve that one goal that we want to achieve as women?
As women, when we come together, we can be a strong force to reckon with. Women, we should be there for one another. When you see your friend is not doing well, especially at work, even in the community where we live, reach out to that woman. Try to find out what is happening, what is making her go down. We have to do away with the syndrome of pull her down. We are sisters, regardless of coming from different families, but we are sisters. As women, we should be there for one another. We should support one another, encourage one another. Together, we can conquer a lot.
Great.
We can conquer a lot.
Great.
Yes.
Now, I think in the recent past years, women, particularly in the country, Zambian women were well known for, in the past recent years, they were known for drinking alcohol, they were known for insunko and doing things that really women should not be doing and really that women should not be known for doing. What message do we have, especially that we'll be commemorating the Women's Day on the 8th of March? Some will think Women's Day is drinking beer. Some will think Women's Day, it's time to do insunko. What message do you have for all of us women?
As women, as we commemorate the Women's Day, it's a time for reflection. We have to reflect on what we have achieved up to now, we have to know our worth. We have to know our ability of what we can do. It's not about going to drink beer. We can come up with activities whereby we meet as women on that day after the main event. We gather as women. We educate each other. We share business ideas. We share a lot that can build us as women. Not to go out there to drink alcohol, to do all sorts of uncalled for things. No, it's time to meet as women, share ideas, share business ideas, how we can run our homes, how we can conduct ourselves at workplaces, so that we can have that dignity as women. As you've said way back, women could go drink beer. Well, and women were less respected because of that. So now we want women to be respected as responsible women in society. When we share business ideas, you never know, maybe I can go for that. And in turn, I can turn out to be a very business guru.
Great.
Because we sit down on these things not knowing what one is capable of doing. So it's better we come together as women on this Women's Day, reflect
Right.
on what we can achieve as women together.
Thank you. Madam Tintapiri, thank you so much for coming through to the program. We're really grateful.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, there you have it. It's a wrap. We've come to the end of our program, Inclusivity for Women and Girls. Now, you've heard for yourselves as we head towards the commemoration of International Women's Day. Women, let's support each other, encourage each other, unlike doing other vices, that should not be done by women. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye, and God bless.